Well, hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I'm back and today I have an interesting video for you. Today I want to talk about the Nitecore model T4K. This is a keychain light. This is the world's smallest 4000 lumen keychain light. Now I was sent this from Nitecore for review. These run around $90. So this is a fantastic little light. I've looked at it a little bit off camera and you guys are really gonna like what this thing does. So let me read some of the specs right here. Max output 4000 lumens with a maximum distance of 209 meters of throw, 10,900 on the candela, impact resistance down to 1 meter, and it's IPX4 waterproof. So that means you can take this out in the rain and stuff and it'll be okay. Now looking at the back of the box, there are a list of the features. So it utilizes 4 Cree XP-L2 V6 LEDs with a maximum output of 4000 lumens. It has an OLED display. It's got a built-in 1000 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, and the max runtime on the lowest setting is going to give us 67 hours of runtime. That's crazy. That's 2.79 days. That's just ridiculous. Dual side switches, controls 5 brightness levels, USB-C charging, and it's got 2 different modes. So you got the demo mode and you got the daily mode. I'll talk about that a little more. It's got 2 lockout modes. Again, I'll talk about that again. It's got half lockout and full lockout. Very cool. So I'll talk about that. Advanced temperature regulation. So that's cool. And advanced power cutoff technology. Now right here, there is some of the contact information if you want to get a hold of Nitecore. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. You can see that the box opens from the side, very similar to an OLED box. It does have a magnetic type enclosure, so very cool. So it says right here, begin your new journey with the world's smallest and lightest 4000 lumen flashlight. So right here we see a little pamphlet with some information. So we'll set that aside. Right here is the owner's manual. There's a couple cards. I'll get to those in a second. But here's a quick look at the owner's manual. So you got multiple languages. There's the operating instructions. Feel free to pause your screen if you want to hang on to any of this information here that you're seeing. But again, everything that you're reading right here, I'll talk about in this video. So very cool. I want to say thank you right off the bat to Nitecore for sending this out for review. I'm pretty excited about this. Here's a list of those features that I talked about a second ago. Now here is the specifications of the light. And right here, this is the run chart. So very cool. What else do we have here? We have a little keychain light series card here. So that's cool. And then right here it says, warning, please activate the lockout mode to prevent accidental activation when the light's not in use. So what else do we have in the package? There's the light itself. That thing is small. Is that really going to put out 4000 lumens? Very small. Nice pocket clip on it. And that's a steel pocket clip, so very cool. You've got a little lanyard attachment point right here on the bottom, and you can push this little button and this comes off, and then you have a little area to mount, like maybe you wanted to put a paracord lanyard on it or something. And from what I understand, this thing is pretty tough. I think I read somewhere that it holds 66 pounds of force or something on there. So very cool. So this is just a little push type device. You just push it. That's what that looks like. So that's pretty cool. We'll put that back on. Now right there you can see the USB-C charging port. There's no charging port cover. Kind of wish that I would have seen a charging port cover, but that's a pretty cool looking light. Let's take a look here. You got a couple of these little covers that need to be taken off, these little plastic things. So there's a look at the OLED display. Then there's another cover right here, another lens protector, I guess you could call it. There's a look at the LEDs themselves. So this is a really nice build. This is plastic. Okay, what else do we have in the package here? We have a USB 2 to USB-C charging cable. Now if we remove the foam out of the box, you'll see in the very bottom we have some silica gel down in there, and then we also have a little carabiner. So if you want to attach this to the light, you can have like a little carabiner. It's got a split keyring on there, so it'll thread onto this portion right here. So you'll have a nice carabiner attachment. And this light's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. So let's take a look and see what it looks like when we charge it. Now charging the light is extremely simple. We're just going to plug that USB-C into the charging port. You'll notice that the OLED screen will tell us that we're charging. You'll also see that these buttons are flashing blue. You can access 4 of the 5 modes of the flashlight while charging. So you can turn it on, go to the ultra low. There's the second mode, third mode, and fourth mode. So you can use the light with all the modes except for turbo while charging. And when charging is complete, these lights will not flash anymore. They will just stay on. So now you can see that they are not flashing anymore. So that's an indicator telling us that this light is fully charged. We can disconnect the USB-C at this point. Now operating this light is extremely simple. We're going to start with 2 buttons here. You got the power button. So you'll push that and then it'll come on to the last mode that was accessed, and then we can move up at that point and single press each time we push this button. It's going to cycle through the modes. We are also going to have a display that is going to tell us what level we're on and what the remaining runtime is. So it's pretty cool. So let me take a look and show you how that works. So we'll push the power button. You can see that it came on to the ultra low setting. This is 1 lumen, and on this setting it'll last 67 hours. That's 2.79 days. It'll give you 3 meters of throw. If you push it again, you'll see that we move up to low. This is 15 lumens. This will last for 21 hours, giving you 13 meters of throw. Push it again, we'll come up to medium, 65 lumens, 7 hours of runtime, and it gives you 24 meters of throw. One more press takes us to high. See, there's high right there. That's 200 lumens for 2 hours and 45 minutes. And on this setting, it'll give you 45 meters of throw. Now, if you continue to push the mode button, it's going to go back to the lowest setting. So again, there's ultra low, there's medium, there's high. Now, if you want to access turbo, you just push and hold the mode button and you'll get 4,000 lumens of turbo for a 10-second burst. And this will give you 209 meters of throw. Now you see that the turbo turned off. From here, I'm going to turn the light off and I'll turn it back on and we will take a look at the OLED screen. Okay, if I push the mode button while the light is off, you'll notice the OLED screen will tell us the current voltage of the battery It'll also tell us what operating mode we're on, and in this case we're in the demo mode. Okay, from here I'm going to push the power button and you'll see that we go on to the lowest setting. It tells us on the left there's a 30-second timer. It tells us in the middle the elapsed time that's left in real time, and then on the top you saw that it would show us the fact that we are on the demo mode. Now if the screen goes off, you just push the mode button again and the screen will come back on and show you what you're needing to read. See that timeout stopped at 30 seconds and it turned the light off? That's because we're in demo mode. If we change this light to daily mode, then the light won't turn off after 30 seconds. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and push both buttons down at the same time. And you'll see it switched from demo mode to daily mode. Okay, now when we turn the light on, we do not have a timer on the bottom left corner. We just have the elapsed time left. So 64 hours and 46 minutes left. It tells us we're on level 1, which is the ultra low setting. Again, that's 1 lumen for 67 hours if you're fully charged. 2.79 days, but in our case we have 64 hours and 46 minutes left. Now if we push again, you'll see that it changed on us. We went up to low, which is 15 lumens or level 2, 20 hours and 15 minutes of runtime left. That'll give us 13 meters of throw. And then if I push it again, the mode button, you see we're on medium. Medium is 65 lumens, we're on level 3. 7 hours of runtime if you're fully charged, but in our case 6 hours and 52 minutes. And then again on this setting you'll get a total of 24 meters of throw. If I push this mode button one more time, you'll see that we went up to level 4. This is high, this is 200 lumens, 2 hours and 45 minutes of runtime. But in our case, you can see we have 2 hours and 44 minutes of runtime left, and that's in real time. And then we also have a maximum throw of 45 meters. Now, to access the turbo setting, I will just long press, and you see we are at 4,000 lumens. We have a timer of 10 seconds that comes on. So it's a 10-second turbo burst, and then it goes down to the previously used setting prior to turbo, which in our case was high, so we're back on level 4. Again, when you're on turbo, that's 4,000 lumens just by pushing and holding. So that's a lot of light. So this is very cool, this OLED screen and what it does. The difference between daily mode and demo mode is on demo mode you have the 30-second timer, so the light will turn off after 30 seconds. So if we push and hold both buttons, we can go back into that demo mode, and then once again on the bottom left corner you can see that timer timing out, and it'll turn the light off after 30 seconds, or I can do it manually. Okay, this light has two different lockout modes. It's got lockout mode number 1 and lockout mode number 2. The difference between lockout mode number 1 and number 2 is that in lockout mode number 1, I can still access in a momentary way the turbo function. And in lockout mode number 2, none of these buttons will do anything. Now to access the lockout mode, I'm going to push the power button and then I'll push and hold the power button. I'll see a little lock up here in the OLED screen, and it'll switch between 1 and 2, and then I just let up the power button when I see the lockout mode that I want. Okay, so let's take a look and see how that looks. Push and hold. See, I'm in lockout mode number 1 now. So the power button doesn't do anything. It's telling me that it's locked out, lockout mode number 1. But if I push and hold the mode button, I will get that 10-second turbo of 4,000 lumens in a momentary fashion. Okay, so after the light goes out, after 10 seconds, and if I continue to hold, I do have access to light. Okay, but as soon as I let up, the light's off, and then again it's in lockout mode at this point. Now to enter lockout mode number 2, I'm going to push and hold. It's going to unlock the light, turn the light off, push, push and hold, and then it'll say 1, and then I just keep holding until it says 2, and then I let off the button as you saw there. So from here, when I push any button, it's locked out. Even if I push and hold the mode button like before, it's not going to do anything different because I'm in lockout mode number 2. And these buttons will do nothing. So that's a good setting to have when you're going to put this in your pack or something like that, and you don't want those buttons making the light turn on. So again, to unlock the light, we're going to push, push and hold. You'll see it unlocks. Now the light is on the lowest setting. So looking inside, you can see the little screws. You can remove that pocket clip if you choose to. Okay, I'm out in the shop. Let me go ahead and push the power button. You'll see that we have entered the ultra low setting. This is 1 lumen, and on this setting it'll give us 67 hours of runtime on a fully charged battery, and it'll give us 3 meters of throw. So very cool. Now if I look at the power level indicator on the light, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it says that my current runtime remaining is 49 hours, and I think it said 39 minutes. But if I push the mode button one more time, you'll see that I've switched up to the low setting. This is 15 lumens. It'll last 21 hours and it'll produce 13 meters of throw. And my indicator is telling me that I have 16 hours and 21 minutes left on this setting. If I push the mode button again, you can see that we went up to medium. This is 65 lumens, 7 hours of runtime with 24 meters of throw. And pushing the mode button one more time, we are now on high. This is 200 lumens for 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it'll produce 45 meters of throw. But as when I'm looking at my indicator here, it says I have 2 hours and 15 minutes left on this setting. So it's very cool to be able to see those numbers in real time. I don't know if the camera is picking it up clearly or not, those numbers, but I can see them clear as a bell with my eyes. So I don't think the camera actually justifies what those do. Now, if I push and hold the mode button again, we're going to enter the 4000 lumen turbo mode. That is incredible amount of light to be coming out of such a small light. And then when it's finished with turbo, it'll go back to the last mode that was accessed before you went on turbo, which in our case, we were on the high mode, which was 200 lumens. Well, folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video of the Nitecore T4K. I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free, as always, to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and until next time, folks, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. I'll put links in the description box down below where you can find this fantastic light. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.